You wake up, perhaps to the insistent blare of an alarm or the soft glow of your phone. Your mind immediately begins to race, planning the day ahead, listing the tasks, feeling the demands. This internal clock, ticking with urgency, is deeply ingrained in your modern existence, a constant push for efficiency and speed. But what if your body, your very consciousness, operated on an entirely different evolutionary principle? What if the most successful strategy wasn't speed, but an almost profound, almost radical slowness? For 99% of human history, your ancestors didn't grapple with overflowing inboxes or tight deadlines. Their days were dictated by the sun's arc and the rhythms of the natural world, a pace far removed from your own frantic schedule. Yet, even their measured movements would appear like a frantic blur when compared to one of the natural world's most extreme examples of energy optimization, the sloth. These enigmatic creatures, masters of slow motion, offer a startling perspective on the choices evolution makes, and what that might tell you about your own ancestral past. Could the secrets to ancient human survival, and perhaps even modern human well-being, be hidden in the peculiar, unhurried life of a rainforest dweller? Sloths are, without exaggeration, the slowest mammals on Earth, lumbering along at an average speed of just 0.003 miles per hour, or 0.005 kilometers per hour. This isn't laziness, it's a highly specialized survival strategy. For your ancient ancestors, such extreme slowness would have been a death sentence on the African savanna, where speed often meant the difference between life and becoming prey. Your body evolved for endurance, for bursts of speed when hunting or escaping, for long-distance travel. But the sloth's strategy highlights a fundamental truth about all life: energy is the most precious resource. How did your early human ancestors, who certainly weren't sloths, manage their own demanding energy budgets? Most sloths spend almost their entire lives hanging upside down from trees, their specialized claws and incredibly strong grip allowing them to defy gravity with ease. This arboreal, or tree-dwelling, lifestyle means their adaptations are profoundly different from your own upright, bipedal form. While your ancestors developed sophisticated tool use and complex social structures, the sloth refined a single, incredibly effective physical niche. This specialization allows them to access food resources unavailable to others, keeping them safe from many ground predators. Did your ancestors also specialize, not just physically, but in their knowledge and skills, to thrive in their own diverse environments? Their fur is often covered in algae, giving them a natural greenish tint that provides excellent camouflage in the verdant rainforest canopy. This isn't just a passive coating, the algae actually serves as a supplemental food source for the sloth, which they can lick directly from their bodies. This incredible symbiotic relationship, where two different organisms live in close association for mutual benefit, showcases nature's ingenious solutions to resource scarcity. Your ancient ancestors also had complex symbiotic relationships with their environment. They understood the rhythms of the seasons, the behavior of animals, and the medicinal properties of plants, a vast library of knowledge passed down through generations. Was this deep environmental intimacy a form of symbiosis too? Sloths are strict herbivores, primarily feeding on leaves, which are notoriously difficult to digest and provide very little energy. Their digestive system is so slow that a single meal can take several days to process. This incredibly low-energy diet mandates an equally low-energy lifestyle. Contrast this with your ancient ancestors. Paleoanthropologist Richard Lee's groundbreaking 1963 study of the Jew/Hoansi hunter-gatherers of the Kalahari Desert revealed that they spent far less time working to acquire food than modern industrial societies do. Their diet, rich in varied plants and hunted game, provided a much higher caloric return for their effort, allowing for periods of rest and social activity. This original affluent society concept suggests that your ancestors were masters of efficiently acquiring nutrient-dense food, not just processing low-quality leaves like a sloth. To further conserve energy and avoid predators, sloths only descend from trees about once a week to defecate, burying their poop to hide their scent. This is an extreme example of balancing energy expenditure with safety and hygiene. For your ancestors, managing waste and avoiding predation were also constant concerns, though handled very differently. Archaeological sites like Blombos Cave in South Africa, dating back over 70,000 years, show evidence of organized living spaces, suggesting an awareness of sanitation and order. Your ancestors likely used fire in carefully chosen campsites to deter predators, rather than relying on extreme slowness and camouflage for defense. Within the sloth world, there are two main types, three-toed and two-toed sloths, distinguished by the number of claws on their front paws. Three-toed sloths even boast extra neck vertebrae, allowing them to rotate their heads an impressive 270 degrees, scanning for predators or edible leaves without moving their bodies. These subtle but significant evolutionary differences highlight how even within a similar niche, life finds diverse pathways to thrive. Think about the subtle differences that evolved within your own ancestral lineage, such as between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. Both were highly adapted to their environments, but their distinct physical traits and behavioral patterns led to different outcomes, much like the separate paths of three-toed and two-toed sloths. Despite their famed slowness on land, sloths are surprisingly strong swimmers, moving with relative grace and speed through water. This unexpected ability is a powerful reminder that specialization doesn't mean a lack of diverse skills, it simply means certain traits are prioritized. What unexpected skills did your ancient ancestors possess that might surprise you today? Evidence from sites like Chauvet Cave in France, with its breathtaking cave art dating back over 30,000 years, reveals not just survivalists, but artists, thinkers, and innovators with complex cognitive abilities far beyond mere sustenance. They were not just strong walkers, they were deep thinkers and creative problem solvers. The algae growing on their fur not only provides camouflage but also serves as a supplemental food source, particularly during lean times. It's a literal living larder on their backs. This level of self-sufficiency and resourcefulness, where even the smallest biological interaction offers an advantage, is remarkable. Your ancestors, too, had an intimate, resourceful relationship with their environment, though perhaps not with literal gardens growing on their skin. They knew every edible root, every medicinal herb, every animal track. Anthropologist James Sussman, in his book Affluence Without Abundance, details how hunter-gatherers lived lives of surprising leisure and deep satisfaction by understanding and living within the ecological limits of their surroundings, leveraging the environment's bounty rather than trying to conquer it. Sloths are generally solitary and peaceful animals, rarely displaying aggression. Their slow pace and arboreal lifestyle mean confrontations are rare and energy is better spent on digestion and survival. Contrast this with the complex social dynamics of your ancient ancestors. Humans, by their very nature, are intensely social creatures. Cooperation, communication, and community were not just beneficial but absolutely essential for survival. While individual skill was valued, the strength of the group against predators, harsh weather, or scarce resources was paramount. This fundamental difference in social strategy between the solitary sloth and the tribal human shaped vastly different evolutionary paths. So, let's reconstruct a day in the life of your early ancestor, say 100,000 years ago, not as a sloth, but informed by the sloth's lesson in energy. You wake not to an alarm, but to the subtle shift in light or the chill in the air. Your movements are purposeful, driven by immediate needs: water, food, warmth. There are no frantic sprints, no anxious glances at a clock that doesn't exist. You forage for berries, track an animal, or prepare tools. Every action is efficient, honed by generations of necessity, but it is rarely rushed in the frantic, overloaded way you experience today. This wasn't hyper-slow motion, but it was a deliberate pace, one that respected the finite limits of your body's energy and the environment's resources. Here's the counterintuitive twist. While you might see the sloth's slowness as a vulnerability, it is precisely its genius. Its laziness is its ultimate adaptation, ensuring its survival in a competitive world. Your modern life, with its constant emphasis on speed and efficiency, might actually be making you less resilient, less connected to your body's innate rhythms. Your ancestors, like the sloth, understood the deep wisdom of aligning their energy with their environment, rather than constantly pushing against it. They had an inherent understanding of metabolic thrift, a concept that now feels utterly alien in your high-speed, high-demand world. Your body, evolved for a different rhythm, constantly fights against the demands of a 24/7, always-on existence. The persistent stress, the sleep deprivation, the constant feeling of being rushed, these are modern ailments your ancient ancestors rarely, if ever, experienced. They moved with the land, rested when tired, and lived in harmony with their energy reserves. The sloth, in its unwavering commitment to conserving energy, holds up a mirror to your own accelerating life. The insistent blare of your alarm, your endless to-do list, your constant push for speed, perhaps they are merely echoes of an ancient disconnect, a forgotten rhythm your ancestors, and even the humble sloth, mastered long, long ago.